guys, what's going on? Welcome back to Chris's Sports Corner. Real quick, man. Hope everybody's having a great Friday. Y'all miss my Friday dance? Come on, man. I know y'all miss my Friday dance, right? All right, man. Yeah, we know I ain't been dancing a lot. Um, it's Friday, babe. Look at the time. She whispered like it's Thursday. No, it's actually Friday. um, anyway, first of all, man, thank everybody for tuning in to the channel. You know, we're about to talk about these Los Angeles Clippers and these Denver Nuggets. Now, let me give a straight disclaimer. I do not only talk about Clippers games when they lose. All right, I'm quite sure I made some video when they won, but when certain games are not on and I get a chance to watch the Clippers, I try to do a review on them because I think they made some I think they made a great move, even though we haven't seen Rondo yet. I think they made that was a great pickup for them. But let me say this, man. The Denver Nuggets and the Denver Nuggets Clippers is becoming a rivalry. All right, it's like a game that you want to tune into. When they're playing, you want to tune in. You want to see what's going on because you know the fireworks is still there. Now in this game here, man, you with the Clippers, you know they were down. No Pat Bev tonight. Obviously, Rondo didn't play, so you still don't feel like they're 100% yet. But you did have Kawhi Leonard. You did have Paul George. So when you talk about the Clippers and you got those two, they're expected to play pretty well. Right off the bat, man, let's talk about the fact that down the stretch, you start to see a little bit of what I think, I could be wrong, but kind of what got the Clippers in trouble last year was the fact that it was like Kawhi is so used to he wanted to put it all on his back down that stretch, and he got some in there, but you know it was some time where it was like, all right, Kawhi, you ain't gotta do it all by yourself, man. But you know, but first of all, I'm a fan of that style. You know what I'm saying? Like we all know, Kobe's my favorite player, and listen, down the stretch, he was going to Kobe. I don't care who's. You could have took the bench, the cheerleaders, the fans, and everybody to try to guard him, and he still was gonna get his shot off. So I definitely understand. I understand Kawhi mentality, so I respect that. Paul George, he gave you 17 tonight. It felt like he couldn't quite get going. He did have a couple key shots there, but he also gave you 8 rebounds, 8 rebounds and 5 assists. Kawhi Leonard gave you 12 rebounds and 24 points, 4 assists, 2 steals on the block. So I mean, they played pretty well. Morris gave you 8. Zubac gave you 8. Now I'm a fan of Zubac. The way he's playing, the way he's developed, man. Because remember, he started off as a Laker, obviously, and he has really developed. I'm a fan of Big Zoo. Reggie Jackson gave you 7. Batum gave you 6. A couple big threes down the stretch there. Patterson gave you 4. Man, Terrence Mann. Let me say this. Terrence Mann come from Florida State. All right, so I'm a fan. All right, if you don't know me, I'm from Tallahassee, Florida, home of Florida State. Go Seminoles. I don't care. I'm a definite fan of Terrence Mann, but let me tell you something. If he didn't go to Florida State and he went to Timbuktu, I would be a fan of this young man. This young man know how to play, guys. It's his second year in the league, and he's coming up. He's not afraid of the moment. And I mean, well, let's look at it. He was the second leading scorer on the team, and he's a bench player. And what you notice is when the game went down the stretch, they didn't take him out. See, that's when you know somebody got something. When the game is getting close and they don't snatch you out and they say, nah, keep him in there. You got something. Listen, I think Terrence Mann is gonna make some waves for this Clippers team. And if not for the Clippers, trust me, the minute he become available, team's going to be chomping at the bit. So let me just say, man, shouts out to that guy. Now let's talk about these Denver Nuggets because, you know, it was funny. The Denver Nuggets played sort of a shorter rotation. Ironically, when you watch the game, you clearly see Joker impact other than scoring, right? He had 14 points. He had 7 rebounds, 7 assists, a block. But his presence, his ability to find open guys, his ability to collapse the defense and kick out and know where to get the ball. It was like I was watching Aaron Gordon interview towards the end of the game, and he was saying how, you know, he don't even think that Jokic be seeing him when he's making a cut. So, but he stay ready because he just always knows he's gonna get the ball. Jamal Murray had 23 tonight. He was 9 of 18. You know, he's a clutch guy. He's one of those guys that's just gonna hit that shot, right? Like when when the game is on the line, he's one of the people you can go to and you have confidence in him. Now he might not play a good 3 quarters. Like sometimes you forget that he's even on the court. But at the same time, there are times when you'll see him playing and you go, okay, okay, there he go. So I'm always gonna be a Jamal Murray fan. Even though I didn't like him early on because of his spat with Luke Walton, who was the Lakers coach at the time. That's another topic for another day. But nah, I'm definitely a fan, man. Michael Porter Jr. He gave you 20 tonight. Barton. Now let me say this: Barton at one point in this game kind of helped the Clippers out. I'm gonna be honest. It felt like he was trying to take the game over and put his personal stamp on the game, and it wasn't going well. And I felt like the Clippers was definitely taking advantage of that. But he's a veteran. He'll learn from that. But sometimes you just feel like you probably got it going, and you keep it going. Millsap gave you 4 off the bench. Compazzo, he gave you a 3. So he gave you 3. He's a rookie. I think he's out of the European League. I think it was. No, he played for Real Madrid. So whatever that was. Pretty exciting player, but his size is sometimes is definitely a disadvantage. You can see Paul George wouldn't have taken down low, and what's called defense having to collapse to help. So, but this rivalry here, man, ain't going nowhere. This is a rivalry, and I'm hoping we get to see it in the playoffs again. I will say that. These two teams know each other very well. They got a lot of history, obviously. And I thought tonight, honestly, it looked like the Clippers was gonna give the Nuggets a little bit of a taste of their own medicine by coming back, sort of like they did for them in the playoffs. But all in all, man, I think both of these teams are they're starting to gear up for the playoffs. Health for the Clippers is going to be most important. You want a healthy Rondo. You want a healthy Pat Bev. You know what I'm saying? You got Kawhi back. You got Leonard back. You get all your guys back, man, and this team can compete with any team in the NBA. We not gonna act like they can't. And then you add Rondo special playoff time. I don't care what you say. That playoff Rondo thing is real, and it can be real scary for opposing teams. And that's coming from a Laker fan. So you already know that. I'm being honest here. But all in all, man, listen, this rivalry, man, is getting good. And I'm here for it. I'm here for it, baby. So first of all, man, lastly, I want to say thank you, everybody, for supporting the channel. Thanks for checking out. And let me know down in the comments, man. Do you think this is an official rivalry, or you think it ain't at that level? Now, I'm not saying it's up there with the Lakers, Celtics, and the Bulls, Pistons. I'm not saying that, but for a modern day and what we know as the NBA today, it's a pretty good rivalry, man. So let me know what you guys think about this game down in the comments below. And until next time, man, you guys be great.